In 2008, the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities showed, irrespective of gender, race, socio-economic status. Every year, to make people to understand and accept people with autism, foster worldwide support and inspire people. It is the month, that is April, that spread kindness and autism awareness. If we look at the prevalence or incidence, as per World Health Organization, it is estimated that the worldwide about 1 in 160 or 100 around people has an autism spectrum disorder. One study stated that 1 in 66 to 100 children was autistic in India. Despite being an alarming issue, autism awareness is severely lacking, though its incidence has increased over the last decade. Autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder characterized by deficits in the social and language communication, as well as repetitive behaviors and restricted stereotypic interest. Some people cannot speak at all, and many have delayed developmental milestones or limited verbal communication. Some are greatly impaired in their cognitive thinking, while others are extremely gifted or exceptionally God-gifted children. During this pandemic 2020 to 21-22, there is a lot of impact on the autism. Commonly, community like challenges in the areas affected are education, vocational area, home and leisure, healthcare services, therapeutic intervention programs, and also behavioral services. Now I would like to introduce the speakers on this day, that is Dr. Sharmila Madam, neonatologist and pediatrician from Apollo. At the same time, Dr. Manisha, who is a dental surgeon from Bhaskar Medical College, and also Dr. Psychiatrist Kirk, group of hospitals, Dr. A. Ravinder Babu, and also the other eminent speakers of the day. I thank you all for coming over here to address this assembly. Thank you. Pediatrics, Hyderabad, Dr. Y.R. Reddy, Oration, Indian Academy of Pediatrics, AP State, and IAP Karnataka State Conference Oration Award. And also, he was the keynote address at the Sister Doctors Forum of India National Conference in 2010. And also, he was the authored for the probiotics and pediatric practice, and also Child Health Arogyamastu in Telugu. And also, he was the editor for PediVoice Twin Cities branch of Indian Academy of Pediatrics, and member of Editorial Board Indian Academy of Pediatrics, member Editorial Board of Indian Journal of Practical Pediatrics, and also he published articles on International Journal on vaccines of HPV, and research guide for the postgraduate dissertation for almost 28 years, and also research project undertaken as multi-center cocktail and phase 3 trial of HPV, phase 3 trial of monovalent and bivalent polio, and also faculty and academic bodies for the chairman Pedicon 2010 47th National Conference of IAP, organizing secretary of VaciCon 2008 for National Conference of Vaccinology Hyderabad, and also director Respicon 2004, president respiratory chapter of IAP AP, and president computer chapter of IAP AP, vice president adolescent chapter of Indian Academy of Pediatrics, and also president IAP Andhra Pradesh State, executive member Central IAP for 2004, 2006, 2009, and Indian Academy of Pediatrics, president Twin Cities branch 2001, journal coordinator of IAP UG quiz, and also taught of ATM, ASK, IAP, ASPP, trainer of RTS GM, program in charge of postgraduate diploma in maternal as well as university.
You're here. I should really congratulate you. We see the incidence as much as 1 in 100. That's every one child out of 100 children shows some kind of autistic features. That's the reality in our country. Approximately 18 million people are suspected to be suffering from this problem. Generally, the parents recognize this problem at the age of 3 to 4 years, by the time when the child is actually started to talk, which is actually a very late presentation. In fact, the child shows the feature as early as less than 1 year. That is the time when we should be looking at and we should be understanding the problems of this child that he is facing, and we seek immediate medical intervention. The cure is almost possible. The early intervention is the key for complete cure and treatment for particular these diseases. Unfortunately, because the parents tend to, there is some kind of, they don't accept it, right? They think it's a delay in the development, or there is a social stigma. They don't want to be labeled. So we tend to postpone the problems until they have really become big and very obvious. I think, that's one problem. The second thing is, children are born. It's not that, they're born with a defect. They have some challenges, right? As a parent, we are here to support them the best possible way. It's good that the government has taken up this in a very serious way. Now the schools cannot deny any admissions because there is some disorder. That's a wonderful thing that has come. There cannot be any discrimination. They need all the support and all the services, and they have every right to live happily. That's the most important thing. And at Apollo we have a very strong pediatric department. We are also having a strong pediatric neurosciences department. And then about the developmental, at the upper course we have an institute where the children are actually screened for the problems. They are quantified, because it's just not one type of disorder. Autism is just not one variety. There is a spectrum of disorders where we can screen and understand what the child is suffering from, and the treatment has to be customized to that particular child. And then we take up this. The main idea is to get these children into the mainstream, right? They need to get to the mainstream. They need to be enjoying everything that a normal child would enjoy actually. And it is very good to know that these children are not, don't have less IQs. They are intelligent. They in fact perform things very big way, in a very nice way. So it's all that about how we channelize the things and get the things better for the child. I think that is the whole idea. And once again, I thank all the speakers here, especially Mr. Jagdish is here. All his efforts, I think he is very passionate about this early intervention. He is working all over, spreading this awareness of developmental defects to all the public and the people there. And we have Dr. Sharmila, Dr. Manisha, thank you for coming here. Dr. Krishna Saiti and Dr. Banu, he is a full-time pediatric neurologist who is here, and Dr. Venkat, thank you for being here. I wish you all a very happy learning. I think it should be a great interaction, and we should have something to take home so that we make our lives better. Thank you so much.
We have to appreciate their abilities and strengths rather than the disabilities or skill deficits. Thank you so much, sir. Now I invite today's first speaker, Dr. Krishna Sahiti, a senior psychiatrist who is going to address the many behavioral issues. So definitely it is very important to address about various problems, behavioral challenges, and how to manage. It is very important for the parent to know how to challenge the behavioral issues in the home situation. I welcome Dr. Krishna Sahiti, senior psychiatrist, to take over. Thank you so much.
Prevention is the key for the success of the child and the parents, so that parents and children are not at loss at any time, so that they can cover themselves. And the most common things, my topic is about behavioral problems and their management strategies in children with ASD, with autism. Before telling about the problems, we need to understand what is normal for a child, that is social communication. The child should have a minimum social communication skills. What it means that the child should understand the teasing, helping and comforting other kids, the normal things which should be there. So we need to identify whether these things are there in our child or not. And pretend play, they will play like this is all normal. And what is the theory of mind is, they need to understand the emotional state of the other person. For example, mother is crying, they should come and sit with mother and understand that the mother is not feeling well, and that comfort zone should be there. The normal thing, the ability to figure out what the other person's intentions are when we are saying some instructions, whether to follow that, why they are saying that the knowledge they should have, the knowledge what you're thinking can be conveyed to others, even if they're not talking, also by non-verbal means, by signs or by symbols, or coming and comforting. These things should be there normally. So if they are not there, then we will understand that something is different in our child. So what obviously we need to see is what any signs and symptoms of autism, that is more important. Abroad, what they are doing is they are not identifying the child if they are having any autism or autistic features until the age of 5 years. By the time the damage is being happened and they are being lacking behind, the parents are also not taking good care because of the working patterns of the parents. They are not even understanding that the child is not normal or not par with their peers. So here in India, what we are doing is we are identifying a child at the age of 2 years if he is having autism. We are identifying at the age of 2, just 2. And we are giving confidence to the parents that we can do it and we can send him to the normal school, but do all these things which I say now and preparing the parents to do that so that we can help the child and the parents. So normally 4 to 5 years is the standard age in determining the severity of autism. And repetitive and stereotypic behaviors, they are there, repetitive behaviors, and special interests and other things are also there, so like obsessions and compulsions. It's not that every child needs to have this, some will be having that.